True believers, welcome to our vlog that will drop whenever we gosh darn well
whenever
please.
We feel like it.
We, of course, are the Professional Casual Network presents... Wait, did I roll a wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. I, of course, am a guy sitting at a table talking to two other guys. I am the Omega Red of the Professional Casual Network. I am Chuck. I'm also that works out well because Omega Red shows up and then just never just fucks off and never comes back. It works out well, just like every Monday at 7 p.m. over at twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network, where you can see our Battle Report show. Oh yeah, the Power Phase, a Marvel Crisis Protocol Battle Report. And I am joined once again by the CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Supreme Ruler, and Reptilian Overlord, I'm running out of the rogue of the Professional Casual Network.
Okay.
Listen, I have mentioned most of the toys that are behind you at this point.
Oh,
Rogue
fair.
is the only one I haven't.
Is there not a Pace Pop Pete?
There's not a
model
Marvel
up there?
character. Oh,
Pace Pop Pete is a Marvel
I always
character.
confuse him and Condiment King. I apologize.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Dr. Pulls No Punches.
Yeah.
Used to be undefeated Esquire.
Yeah.
Esquire until you got stomped. Raffle stomped.
A bunch of times recently.
Yeah. Oh, and
Pretty much every time I've played in the last month, except for when I played in.
That's entirely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. Dan's here.
Hi.
There's Dan. Dan, how you doing, bud? Let's talk about real quick what's going on over at the Power Phase. Let's talk about some games that got played, some hobby thoughts, some hobby things. What'd you do this since our last time we recorded? That's over at patreon.com/professional casual.
Dan finally got to try the Inhumans.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They are.
I like Lockjaw a lot.
Lockjaw's pretty solid.
I don't understand why people would like. I would think in a roster of 10, Lockjaw is an auto take. Like regardless of what you're playing, I feel like Lockjaw kind of slips in everywhere because he just like the movement shenanigans alone.
Yeah,
he just makes every other team better. Maybe not Black Order because Black Order kind of just can do that themselves.
Yeah,
but even then, being able to just torpedo Thanos up the board or torpedo Corvus with a reality gem that much faster, that's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I think Lockjaw is going to be a solid in pretty much everybody's roster, at least for the next couple months until we get what was released or which was shown on our panel to play, which we'll talk about later. Gable.
Who the fuck is that? It's Cable.
No, well, we just lost our YouTube.
Oh, shucks.
But of course, let's, so you guys got to try out Inhumans. Did you got turn one with Black Bolt?
The whole time we were setting up
Boltagon or whatever his fucking name is.
Blackagar Boltagon. While we were getting ready to go, Tim was like, I'm just going to ignore him because he's so much worse on the other side. And then you proceeded to just pummel him into the ground.
Not on purpose. Ultron shot him once, did no damage. Shot him another time, did all of it.
Yeah. Your dice were hot that game.
No idea why that happened, why it worked, why I decided to fire twice. I just wanted one more energy. I was trying to get some energy to be able to throw something at someone else, and I killed Black Bolt. Or dazed him or whatever. It was the worst thing.
His whisper attack is no joke.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, it looks good on the card, and it... Whew.
Yeah.
That's a beam, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can line that up, it's really gross.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because he dazed both
Vision
and Ultron with that.
Yes.
After you hit him with Ultron. And 9 dice on 2 of them. Mm-hmm. And then you can power it up if you have more power for 2 more dice.
Yeah.
I don't play this game anymore, so I don't actually have.
Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, I miss the old days. When I was.
Hopefully someday you can come back.
Well, May. That's what
it's gonna be May.
It's true. How did Hulk do? Because the Hulk, arguably the Hulk apologist of the Professional Casual Network.
Yes, accurate. Yeah. So Hulk has had a wide variety of results. On our stream, where the first week I played him, he got immediately like just murdered.
Right.
Murdered, like hard murder.
That was against Taylor.
by She-Hulk.
She
who
wrecked
is
him.
is in fact someone that you should never put regular Hulk near.
No. What's I forget what the power is called, but when you add the size,
The jury rests or something like that.
superior weight training, I think.
Yeah.
It is. She adds the number of dice equal to their size, so Hulk, she gets 4 more dice on her already stupidly high attacks.
Right.
She just wrecked him.
I said before I moved him over there that this was the worst decision that would lose me the game, and
Sure enough, it did.
I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, now granted, on the following week, I played him against Dan in the Avengers affiliation instead.
Mhm.
And with Avengers Assemble, he is so fast.
It was
Just
really
stupid
good.
fast.
Mhm.
So he got up half the right flank pretty quickly, got on 2 objectives, and just murdered Proxima and Nebula.
Was that he was also paired up against Proxima and Nebula.
Yeah, that's
didn't have a chance.
The other part of it too. I was very terrified of him being against Crystal because I think Incinerate is probably one of the things that should keep him up at night.
Yep.
Well, I think Incinerate plus all those other conditions, right? Like
Yeah.
you put one condition on him, especially when it's Incinerate, that's brutal. You start putting literally any other condition on him, it's more brutal.
There's not many other conditions I'm as concerned about on Hulk as Incinerate.
Poison.
Shock, I don't care.
He's immune
Poison,
to poison.
he's immune to.
Oh, okay.
Stun, yeah, it's bad, but you're really only, it's a net loss of 1 because it's a separate power that grants it. So you're still getting 2 during the power phase.
Mhm.
That was a good call on that ruling.
Yeah.
The way it's worded, that made perfect sense.
So
That was a big misplay that was probably the biggest misplay I had in that game, was not pairing Crystal directly against Hulk. But I think deployment wise, you were able to place him after I placed Crystal. I can't remember.
I waited for Crystal to be placed before I placed him.
Right.
Was kind of the goal.
So I went the wrong way with her because she was fast enough to go get him if I wanted to.
Now that is very true about Crystal, is that I don't see a lot of hype for her online. I think she's awesome. I think she's stellar.
I don't know.
Long movement. She's only 3 power.
Yeah.
I probably overvalue long movement, but I mean, I make sure 2 characters minimum on every roster I have.
You guys have been playing for a long time now where long movement was not available for a long, like there was maybe 2 characters for the longest time that only had long movement.
It was like Spider-Man and Black Widow.
Right.
Oh, and Baron Zemo.
And,
and
then
shows
once Shuri dropped Shuri.
Shuri doesn't have no, she's medium.
I thought she was long.
No.
Black Panther?
Black Panther is,
Black
yes.
Panther. Okay. There you go. So like it took, and then for a long stretch, we didn't see a lot of long movement characters.
Right.
Until, I don't know, whoever started popping up.
Miles and Gwen.
Yep.
Miles is. Gwen is. Right?
Miles is medium, but he has spider web swing, so it's the extension. So it's almost the same. But if you guys want to check that out, of course, check the archives. Hopefully our editor stops being a piece of shit and actually gets those videos up there. Or check us out at twitch.tv/professional casual network every Monday, 7 p.m. It's a good old time.
Yeah.
Things get crazy over there. People pop
really
in.
Does.
People pop in, pop out, pop off.
Right. People are popping off.
People are popping off constantly.
Yeah.
We have a new Danny started her reign of terror.
Yeah, Danny's undefeated. Danny 2-time.
That's terrifying.
1 more week and she will be tied for her undefeated victories from Elite 8 Showdown.
That's true. Shout out to Elite 8 Showdown. Dan, shut up. We have other things to talk about.
Like almost scared me the way you looked at me when you said that. What I do?
Guys, there were some big reveals this week.
Woo.
There was a lot of news this week. Yeah.
Last week, this week. Time is lost on me at this point. But let's talk about Luke Cage Iron Fist first, because we got the reveal. They gave us the shadows.
Then the next day.
The next day they dropped and showed us the models.
I thought we'd have to wait a couple days.
We, of course, got tactical fire. We got tactical metal. So real quick, can we let's address something. Can everyone stop complaining about tactical rock?
I love the fact that there is like memes about it, like that it is a thing, that it's shtick. I adore it.
I like
the shtick. I don't like the endless complaining of people on Facebook groups, specifically the one ran by Atomic Mass Games.
Yeah.
that's just like, can you stop doing this? No, they look dope.
Yeah.
Sure,
It's
some
better.
of them seem a little out of place. Absolutely.
Right.
The Shuri one, very out of place. It looks goofy, especially when it's in the middle of a street. But fine, I'll give you that. But most of them, especially now, you look at Quicksilver, you look at Domino, you look at there's another one that I looked at and I said, oh, that's actually super dope. It
Wolverine.
makes sense. No, it wasn't Wolverine. I don't remember who it was.
He's stepping on a tactical rock.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's got
I had
one
to think
foot
about
up.
that
He's
for a
like
second.
yelling.
Yeah.
Like doing the roar or whatever. Sabretooth's a little goofy. He's like ballerina dance.
That's like his signature pose, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I got
death
like
from above.
multiple. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a little weird on a like street base or whatever, which is I would say I care less about tactical rocks. I care more about give us new bases.
I was just going to say
Yeah.
that. We've got a grand total of like 10 different bases,
If that.
and we have like 60 characters at this point.
Yeah.
Or more.
Are there 10 different ones?
I'm pretty.
That was a lot more than I thought
among
there
all
were.
the sizes.
There's 4 small size ones. I think there's 4 medium size ones, and there's actually there might be 11 because I think there's 3 large.
Okay.
I think there's only 2 large. There's one with a lip, and then there's one that looks like a street that like Hulk and Ghost Rider come on. And I was really mad that I didn't get the street one in my Ghost Rider. So I had to
Maybe there's only 2.
saw that lip off and make a desert base out of it.
Mm.
Yeah, and also people stop complaining. Do some basing for once. Like calm down, you know? But I think also if you look at it, there are a lot of tactical rock characters. There's a lot of non-tactical rock characters. We literally just got a release of Inhumans. The only one who's actually on a tactical rock is Crystal, and it totally makes sense that Crystal would be floating in the air on a bunch of rocks.
Right.
Like I don't count Black Bolt
No,
because he's like screaming and tearing the Earth up.
it's showing his powers.
Yeah,
Super
it makes
cool.
sense. Thor, Black Panther, and there was one more I was like, I don't really consider them tactical rocks because it's just like broken up rock underneath them.
Mm.
I don't remember who it is now. Maybe it was Ant-Man I was thinking of. But regardless, like, I don't know, just stop complaining about it.
I loved Visions where he's like phasing.
Yeah,
through it.
phasing through the wall. Super dope.
It's
Toad
cool.
jumping off a wall.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was super dope.
Miles jumping off of a
Yeah.
newspaper vending machine.
Exactly. I mean, that one's
Pretty cool stuff.
it's very flavorful to the character, you know? You know what I mean? Like MODOK, Green Goblin, they have tactical smoke. Nobody seems to complain about that. You know what I mean? Like
And
Yeah.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord has tactical smoke. Deadpool will have tactical smoke.
Mhm.
You know,
And a tactical swoosh.
Are you going to
True.
put your Deadpool on the rocket or use this swoosh? What do you think?
He's not going to get Deadpool. He hates Deadpool.
yeah, I really hate Deadpool.
He's going to get.
But I
Deadpool.
want.
Don't
Here's
be
the thing. I want
ridiculous.
Hydra Bob.
Yep. There you
So-
go.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna buy it for Hydra Bob, and I am gonna put the chef hat on him. I've already determined.
Why don't you put the chef hat on Deadpool?
that? No, I don't want to do that.
Oh.
You want to split that box and I'll take Deadpool and you take Hydra Bob? Because I don't care about Hydra Bob.
Wow, you're stupid.
Yeah, you're dumb.
You're a
'cause
dumb
we are
person.
gonna,
I knew that was not going to be
we are gonna get into Hydra Bob here in a minute.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be an unfavorable opinion on this show, but it's just a character I don't think I ever even knew his name until people are like, oh my God, if we get Deadpool, we're going to get Hydra Bob. I'm like, okay, he's a guy from Hydra apparently, but who is that?
He's Hydra Bob.
Here's the thing: you're gonna say that now because you also said you didn't give 2 craps about Angela and Enchantress, and
True.
you bought them.
Yes.
You didn't care about the Inhumans. You bought all except for Lockjaw, and you bought all them, and you love them. You are going to buy Deadpool. You're going to
Yes.
get the Chimichama trunk,
Yep.
and then you are going to put Hydra Bob together. You'll be like, You're going to play him once. You're going to realize how dope he is because let's
Maybe.
talk about Hydra Bob real quick.
Yeah.
I'll definitely play him.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll give him a
Like,
try. Why not?
He's got a range 5 attack that does nonsensical damage.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just had that up a second
And
ago.
does
It's
2
a
automatic
stupid
damage to
amount.
everyone around.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Like the dude is literally a glass cannon, I have a feeling. But
Strength 9 physical attack.
yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 damage to everyone else within the vicinity of the target. And the panel to play didn't specify what that vicinity is. I hope it's not much more than I hope it's 1
It's probably 2.
It's
to
probably
do
really true.
2 damage.
Yeah.
But he can only do this like maybe 3 times a game.
Right.
Right.
Because it costs 8 power to load it.
Right. So my
So-
guess is that's what those we're gonna finally once those cards drop, we'll find out what those tokens are. The
Mhm.
loaded tokens that Yoink can get rid of,
Right.
which is very interesting.
From what I've gathered, it doesn't seem like Yoink is a positive to have that unless you're doing it against an enemy Hydra Bob.
Yeah, it seems odd. Why would you take loaded tokens away? I don't know.
Maybe.
There's one complaint I need to make about Hydra Bob.
It's also Deadpool. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, yeah, why wouldn't he screw over Hydra Bob? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I would expect Hydra Bob probably to be immediate movement, but when he's loaded, small.
Right.
That makes sense.
Something like that, or his defenses go down, or his stats change, or something based on whether he has the loaded token or not.
Sure.
Maybe he can only take one action a round or something.
All right. What were you bitching about?
My one legitimate complaint about Hydra Bob, because like I said, like you suggested, I will definitely try him out, and maybe I'll end up liking him. Who knows? Why does his bazooka model not match the picture that's going to be on his card?
There's a couple of characters that are like that.
The pictures, it's a square bazooka with 4 shoots. It's got a thing that flaps open on the front, and the bazooka in the model is just one single big circle round with no flap or anything like that.
Because maybe they wanted to make a bazooka that's 147 pieces, and they thought if it was just square, it'd be too easy to cast as one piece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's probably it. That, and also
the same.
Then he'd have to be able to carry more loaded tokens because there's 4 things.
I can't wait till we realize that the Fwoosh missile can actually fit into the barrel of Hydra Bob. Like if you don't want to put Deadpool on the missile, it will actually fit perfectly into Hydra Bob's cannon bazooka.
That'd be awesome.
And then you get so you could just make a ridiculously large model for no reason.
So what do we think? I mean, I feel like everyone's under the impression that Hydra Bob's going to be a 2 threat.
I think he's going to be a 3 threat.
You do?
I think with strength 9 physical attack, it's got range 4. Which is reasonable.
Costs 8 power.
5 is crazy. Not the first time. I'm pretty sure he starts loaded.
Oh. Is that confirmed?
No, I don't think so. Maybe not. I don't know. 3 makes sense to me. Depending on how often he can load this in his stamina, which is often a huge indicator of threat.
I say that, and Nebula is a 2, and she's a murder machine. So, like,
it does say that he has some squirrely, defensible thing.
Right.
I'm curious if he
Squirrel Girl.
Here's what I would like to see if it was going to be a perfect Hydra Bob. 2 threat.
Sure.
No days, no injured side.
Oh, he's just
5 health. Once he's dead, he's dead.
I love that.
But
okay, now he's 2 threat with that.
But when you daze him or knock him out, he rolls a die, and on a critter or wild, he's still alive with 1 HP.
Or he respawns next to the chimichanga truck, and that's why we get the chimichanga truck.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be weird?
But yeah, just like a feel no pain to not die. Just he's crawling out of the Hulk punch.
I actually would super be here for it.
Yeah,
I would super enjoy that. Do we want to talk about, since we're talking about Hydra Bob, let's talk about Pretty Sneaky Sis tactics card that was teased.
Yes.
I totally missed that article until just before we started recording, and I read it and I was like, that's really good.
Because I did not hear anybody talk about it at all. Dan, you
it's like super stealth, right? You play it on a turn, and then everyone can't be targeted.
It says you get to play it.
Yeah, Dan already printed the card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not reading the transmission. Let's see. You can use it during any power phase. Any member of the affiliation. So we know now that there are 2 X-Force affiliations.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool's a leader, and then Cable's thing today also confirmed he was a leader. And you can spend 2 power for the rest of the round. Members who spent the power have a kind of, quote, super stealth, preventing enemies further than range 2 from targeting them with attacks.
Yeah. I mean, we've already seen a pretty heavy drop off in the use of Hawkeye. I mean, it just makes it worse.
I was like, where is he going with this?
Yikes. But
do beam attacks get around stealth?
No, every character that is a target.
Okay.
So you can't target them.
So if you blast a beam, say 3 characters will line up, Black Widow's in the middle.
Well, I don't.
You know what I mean?
She can't be targeted if she's not within 3.
She's not being. Yeah.
So every character that's under the beam, as far as I understand, is considered a target. So she can't be targeted.
But
it's kind of a weird.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at.
She can't be targeted, but she is a target, so she would. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's a weird gray area.
Written.
Maybe it's not a gray area if you look more closely at the rules.
Yeah.
I'm not open up right now.
Yeah, I'm not,
we don't read.
I'm not reading
Yeah,
the rules.
literally, you are the guy who reads the rules.
That's Anthony's job.
The only reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Like,
Stream.
it's the only reason why we're friends with you is because you will read the. It's been well documented on other shows that we only keep you around because you're willing to read books. 100%.
I don't like
true.
to read books.
That's true.
I will have books read to me while I'm in the car.
Yeah, we 100% throw books at you and tell you to read it and get back to us so we know how to play this game. And you do it willingly, so we can't,
While that's a little rude, I do appreciate you literally sitting in my car on every commute with me just to read and then sit in the car until I'm done
It's
working.
really gotten to be an issue at my job.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the edge right now.
You're edging. It's been a while since I've
Edging
had a
at
good
work?
edge. That second grade teacher got super arrested for doing that.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like about this show? He's never going to edit out any of the stuff he wants to edit out because it's video.
Right.
Speaking of
I
video,
have learned transitions. So everyone watching this right now, watch this transition where we into ourselves in real time.
Wow.
That was pretty amazing.
Speaking of transitions, we saw shadowed models become revealed models. Of course, Iron Fist and Luke Cage were revealed.
Yeah.
Let's finally talk about them now that I started 20 minutes ago talking about them. So we got Luke Cage. Looks
we did.
dope.
He looks great.
He looks
Pronounced
awesome.
Power Man.
Yeah, I guess. Do you think
they're not
do you
going
think
with
they'll
that
put-
for some reason.
He hasn't been called Power Man in a very long time.
It's pretty true.
Yeah.
He's just been Luke Cage ever since I think the
Because if
early
they don't call him
2000s.
Power Man, they don't have to give him the tiara and like the more superhero look. If he's Luke Cage, you can do the street look that he's got, which is
Right.
way better.
Yep.
But he does have the gauntlets, which are super dope.
I love his
because they're like
gauntlets.
super like gigantically oversized, and you don't want that Luke Cage punch.
No.
Like, at all. Which apparently has already become a meme and a joke with just on Atomic Match's streams. They just constantly talk about how you don't want to get the Luke Cage punch as like a teaser for when we finally get it. I have a feeling it's going to be like a 9 strike or something insane.
Oh,
I watched
yeah.
some of the stream today because it was both Dallas and Schick. Dallas
Yeah.
was painting Iron Fist and Schick was painting Luke Cage. They said that Iron
switched
Fist
last Tuesday.
his like dragon punch or whatever is like the most devastating attack in the game.
Makes sense.
Which is
Really?
He's probably
Whoa.
going to be a 4 threat if I have to guess, just by looking at what that character will.
What do you think what do you think it is that's going to make that devastating?
I bet it'll give stagger.
I
I
think
bet
it's
it'll
going
have
to
some
give
kind of status with it.
stun, stagger, and slow.
Oof.
I think automatically.
I think it's going to be one or the other. It's going to do a tremendous amount of damage very easily, or it's going to add stagger. I do not think it'll be both.
I think he's going to have flying kick as his strike,
Mhm.
which they kind of already alluded to. Like he's going to have a flying kick because he's most known for like a flying kick. That was
Yeah.
like his whole thing.
I think it's a range 3 physical attack that moves
that's
you.
what I was
much
placed
like ambush.
within one of
Yeah.
the target.
Like beast, essentially a beast strike.
Yes.
And then I think he's going to have that attack, which is the Dragon Fist. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a 7 that you can probably pump power into to increase it up to 3 to bring it to, what would that be, 10?
Yeah.
A 10 dice strike. I think
see
it's
that.
automatically going to cause stagger. And then on a wild, you get slow and stun.
I think it's going to have pierce, an uncapped pierce.
Pierce makes a lot of sense.
Maybe.
And maybe even so. Here's what I'm going to throw out there into the universe, and I think that this is absolutely going to be it, unless it's not. And then I was just joking. It's going to have.
Covering all the bases there.
Yeah.
It's going to target whatever their weakest defense is. You can have it be physical, mystic, or
that'd be awesome.
energy.
Okay.
It will pierce on a wild.
Yeah.
Wilds will also count as 2 successes, and the pierce is untapped. You get to convert. It's pierce per wild rolled.
Ooh.
That sounds brutal.
Yeah.
But I can also see that being like 6 energy.
Yes.
Like something ridiculous. Probably the highest energy cost attack that we've seen. I see him being a full on attack character that has some type of healing component for himself.
Mhm.
Because he was kind of always known for being, or at least being able to recharge his energy essentially.
In probably one of the most canon Facebook games, Marvel Avengers Assembled, he had a healing ability So most likely, I think that's probably where Atomic Mass draws a lot of their
Why wouldn't
powers
they?
from. Right.
I also like that the dragon on his chest is sculpted on,
Yes.
so I don't have to
Thank you.
freehand that. That's going to be
Oh.
awesome.
Thank you, Atomic Mass, for doing that.
It's very sweet of you. Very much like how the Punisher skull was
Yeah, and
It's-
Venom's
yeah.
spider.
in Venom
They
Spider.
painted it wrong on the box art.
Yeah, they did. It's fine.
So I think for Luke Cage, because we got the Iron Fist punch, we got the Luke Cage punch, what he's known for.
Right.
I think to make them different, his is going to have a throw before damage is dealt.
Oh, for sure.
I think.
Yep.
I think he's going to have a throw before it, and I think he's going to have
Let's have a regular throw too.
an uncapped regular throw. I don't
Uncapped?
think he's going to have a limit to the size that he can throw, like Kingpin. And I think it's going to cost 1 power less than what Kingpin has, but I think he's going to be a 5 threat.
I think as
I think
You
as
think
the attack-
Luke Cage is going to be 5 threat?
So
I could see 4.
there's a theme here, right? There's always a theme with most of these affiliations. You always have a 2, a 3, a bunch of 3s, a bunch of 4s, 2 5s, maybe even 3 5s, and at least 1, if not 2 6s.
No, it's not accurate.
But Defenders already has 2 5s and a 6.
Well, Defenders is a huge list, though.
Yeah, it is.
Who's the other 5 other than Strange?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, nobody plays him.
Accurate.
I like Ghost Rider, but I haven't used him in quite a while.
Neither of these are going to be over a 4. They're obviously 3s or 4s. I think.
I know because he's going to get invulnerable. He's going to get invincible. He's automatically going to have an invincible, which I think is going to be invincible 2.
Yeah.
Instead of invincible 1.
That would be brutal. I hope I'd rather it just be like Thanos is invulnerable, where he just reduces it by
Flat
1.
one.
Period.
No, I think he's going to reduce it by 2, but I think he's going to have a little less health than you would expect him to. But I think his defenses are going to be 4s across the board, and he might be able to increase his physical.
So I don't see his defenses being 4s across the board. Physical, absolutely.
Or yeah, probably not Mystic.
Mystic is certainly not going to be there for it.
I could see like 4-4-2.
He's going to have immunity to bleed.
4-4-3.
He better have immunity bleed.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to have a tactical throw. He's going to have a superpower throw.
For sure.
He might have a reaction.
Listen,
I think
don't
they
bring
alluded to both of
sensible,
them having a
logical
throw.
stuff. This is wild speculation.
I don't think that he is going to
Make it
have.
look like an
Actually, what I'd like to see on him would be maybe instead of an invulnerable. It's a near foregone conclusion that he will have an invulnerable. But I would like to see the defensive version of Gamora's Galactic Assassin thing, or whatever it's called, the Hit Woman, where Wilds make a
Most dangerous woman in the galaxy.
Yes.
Something like that.
but on a defense
Oh,
side. where
Wilds count as 2 successes on defense?
Well, or yes, or it turns other failed defenses into defense.
See, I
Right.
don't see that happening. What I see happening is he gets him maybe invincible 1, but then he gets what Daredevil has. He gets to count blanks as successes on his defense rolls.
So I
That'd
think,
be crazy good.
yeah, I don't
mean,
think that
I'll
that's
take
the
it.
case, and here's why.
But he has to pay power to do it. He doesn't get it for free.
They, I feel, have made a very clear distinction in dodging characters and tough characters. Tough characters they give the straight damage reduction to. The only characters that they give blanks on successes to are characters that are super agile. It's the Spider-Man,
Captain America.
It's shut up.
He gets it on his back. The back
The
on his injured side.
spiders don't get to count blanks.
Spider senses.
They get 2 extra dice.
That's what I
You
said.
get the 2 rerolls.
I said what he said. It sounded like it was different.
You get 2
It's
extra.
going to take your theory and just drag it in the mud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dodging gets rerolls is what I meant to say.
Yeah, Dodging gets rerolls.
So it really had no context here.
Taskmaster gets to count blanks, right?
Martial artists
He's
are
always
normally
so-
what gets to count blanks, right? Because it's Black Widow. It's the martial artist ability that several characters has the blanks to successes.
Black Widow Gamora has that?
If we only had the cards, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
The
forgot him
reference.
upstairs.
Either way.
Either way, wild speculation by itself.
Yeah.
Some models look great.
Yeah.
They look super good.
Look how big Luke Cage is.
I like how in like year 2 models, everyone is like disrespect your surroundings and just throw as much. This is what I want.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Every model additionally, I want. So like it started with like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right. And he's just like using a piece of metal beam to jump off of.
Yeah.
And then like I don't remember who else has it. I think like Spider-Gwen has like a little tiny thing that she's like barely jumping off. And then it was like, here's She-Hulk and she's going to yeet it at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like Luke Cage caught it and just stepped on it. You know what I mean? Like, I
He's
think
like, no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like every model you have like has to prove how strong they are by how much damage they can do to a metal beam in the next in the next
Yeah.
sculpt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I really like that as an idea of a character.
So do you see Iron Fist also as a 4 threat?
Absolutely. I think he's going to be a 4 threat that we wish was a 3.
Oh, that's a
Because if you look
hot
at
take.
defenders, they don't have a lot of 4 threat characters.
The only outlier. So I would normally disagree with that a lot.
I think.
Because, but Daredevil exists at threat 4 and he's a solid 4. And I see these two at the same power level as him. Because I think they have done a very good job of power scaling people. Like the strongest of the strong are 5s and 6s. Like, no doubt.
Right, Storm as a 3 makes
Well,
perfect
this
sense.
is what I say.
Well, yeah.
This is what I say. Iron Fist is going to be the Miles Morales of this box. He's going to be a 4 threat with 3 threat stats. I think he's going to be 3s across the board.
Is Miles Morales 4 points?
No, he's 3.
Oh,
No, he's
sorry.
4. No, maybe he is 3.
Are you thinking of
Yeah.
Peter Parker?
No, yeah. I always thought maybe I've just always counted wrong. I mean,
Oops.
okay, yeah. Then he's the Peter Parker. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, whoever the 4 threat is that we wish is a 3. You know what I mean? Like
Peter
I
Parker,
think
yeah.
I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be striky. But I think he's going to probably have some hard counters. Like you're probably not going to want to throw Taskmaster. Like, you know, you don't want to have to face Taskmaster because Taskmaster can block your shit.
Oh, yeah. I could absolutely see Iron Fist having a rapid strike.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a flurry of blows kind of
Yeah.
thing.
His probably his like flying kick. Maybe he has like a flurry to it or something.
What if Iron Fist's devastating attack has a component similar to Doctor Strange's? You roll these 3 things and they gain an activated token.
Oh,
What if that is the devastating part of it?
Stunning fist. That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool,
Had that
but
twice in Defenders, though.
yeah, sure, why not? That could be Defender's gimmick.
Yeah.
That we're just really good at things.
Yeah. You know, and there's like 3 models that aren't part of Defenders. So,
Right. They've kind of become the new Avengers at this point. But there is one more thing to talk about, guys. That's Heroes for Hire Tactics card.
yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
I super
this
like
a
it.
lot.
It's very fluffy. I like the idea that you can have a character make Luke Cage or Iron Fist pop up and take the damage, and then you get to throw.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a throw on there and it's
Yeah.
cheaper than most characters' regular throws.
It's true.
In addition
So-
to a move. Well,
Right.
you gotta take a hit, but if it's Luke
Who
Cage,
cares?
you probably
Yeah.
won't care.
Yeah. I'm super cool with it.
Yep.
I like this one a lot.
Other than that, the other panels to play, we got, of course, we already talked about Hydra Bob, the greatest character that will probably ever grace our.
I'm sorry. He's going to be in every list I make. If he is 2 threat, I will rarely not run him.
You said
he's
that
gonna
about
be-
Toad.
I have a feeling he's going to be the ranged version of Nebula. Like just a murder machine at a 2 threat, but it's ranged instead of close combat.
I think he gets targeted really quickly.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
everyone's just like, no, I'm not going to let you get 8 power. What are you, stupid? Like,
Well, and that's the thing.
and every list is going to be about like, well, I take advanced R&D and I run Inhumans and I have Hydra Bob on there, or I run A-Force and have Hydra Bob on there specifically so you can get him as much power as possible, as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. And then if it's a situation where he's all loaded up and you're got characters on,
Yeah.
an objective.
On Gamma Wave
Do
shelters.
we know if it hurts everybody within range 2? Like,
Or
what
if
if
it's
you're
just
on
enemies?
Yeah, what if you're on shelter, like Gamma shelters, and you've got 2 of your own characters there?
Yeah.
I would think so, because there's other things that apply where you potentially could hurt your own characters, right?
The panel to play for Hydra Bob says causes 2 damage to everyone else within the vicinity of the target.
I would
Doesn't-
take that as
This isn't the rule card, of course, but it doesn't say enemies here.
right.
Pretty good evidence that it's
And it would kind of
not
make
just enemies.
sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Can't control that explosion.
you can't control that explosion. It's Hydra Bob. You know what I mean? Like,
He doesn't care.
he doesn't care. I really like that as an idea.
I hope he has something that prevents him from just being wiped off the board immediately. I hope it's that feel no pain that brings him back on. I hope it's
I think he's going to have like reverse bodyguard, his Hydra evasive strategy 4-2-3, hide behind the person in front of you. He's going to be able to put the target on somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of like a Loki, not illusions.
Trickster.
Is it illusion? Trickster, where he just is somewhere else.
I've never been able to use that.
That's true.
No.
So
I thought it was for one turn.
it might have been.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should probably clarify that on the
I'm
Twitch,
fine with
how
it.
long it lasts.
I increased the price, so
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Head over to twitch.tv.
It's only going to be used to target me anyway, so it's fine.
That's true.
You're kind of the bad guy.
Yeah. So I do that as a service.
That's true. All right, let's talk about him. We saw his panel to play today.
Yeah.
It is out of control. It's broken. Everybody is in uproar and or super hyped about it.
I'm excited.
We still haven't figured out why they got rid of drop off because of him, but
They didn't say anything about movement, anything.
Yeah.
he looks absolutely terrifying. Who the fuck is that?
It's Cable.
It's Cable.
6 superpowers. 6.
That is a dense card. That is an absolutely dense.
Yeah, there's 2 one-line immunities on there. You know what I mean? Like,
Still.
so he has a throw. He has the team affiliation ability. He has
You think
this
they're
thing
gonna-
that adds dice to people. He has... I very legitimately think the big downfall of Cable is going to be he's got a shit builder. Like he's got no way to get energy on him outside of using
gun.
like an action like Vision's synthesize or something like that. Like
Right.
I think that's I know it's a little out there, but
No, I think you're right. I don't think he's going to be power hungry. I think he's going to be power starved.
yes.
You just will not be. If your opponent allows you to get energy on him,
You deserve it.
you deserve it 100%. You need to stay the hell away from him. I'm kind of also hoping maybe the range on his guns only range 3,
Also, you know what I could see?
or something like that.
Huge spoiler, because this is fact now.
Uh-huh.
His injured side, he loses a ton of his stuff. He's not controlling the organic virus enough. His arms all like gross and like flopped out. Like he's gonna lose a lot of his abilities on his injured side.
How is that
that a-
confirmed?
Huh? Because I said it. It
Oh,
definitely
okay.
happened. Unless it's not true.
Was
and
that a
then it's
thing?
joke.
Would that be a fluffy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that's kind of cool. Like maybe it is. Maybe he's like MODOK or
Reverse Black Bolt. You get him
Reverse
injured
Bible,
and
or
he's-
like Ebony Maw, right? Like Ebony Maw is really good on his healthy side, but the second you flip him, you are screwed.
right.
You are absolutely screwed. Same with MODOK. The second you flip MODOK, he's got 4 health
4.
on the
10
other
and
side.
4.
Maybe he's a 10-4. Maybe
And
he's a
I don't
12.
see that with Cable. He seems like he'll probably be like 7-7 or something like that. Maybe a little bit
Really?
less stamina because they said he has high stamina.
Oh yeah, and yeah, from everything else on him, we know he's a minimum of a 5. So
I think he's
above
gonna be-
average stamina.
I do not
solid
think he's going to be a
defenses.
7.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think a 7th. Like I saw
think
somebody, Nate from Gamers Guild said like 6, possibly our first 7 threat. I don't see them going above a 7
No.
or above a 6
And
unless it's like a ultimate encounters
Yeah.
situation.
And not
Um,
Cable. That doesn't make sense to me that he would be a higher threat than Thanos or Magneto. Like, yes, he's an Omega level mutant, but so is Storm, and she's a threat 3.
Right, but she's Storm. She controls the weather.
Yeah, she's incredibly powerful.
Listen,
I think based on what they've said here,
with all the stuff
4,
that we as
5.
humans can control, we haven't even bothered to try to control the weather.
what are you even saying
That's
right
not even
now?
true. We make clouds manually.
Yeah.
And one thing I find really interesting about Cable, it says for each attack that deals damage, Cable can remove 1 damage from himself.
With
So it
an
sounds like-
A2 attack, though. Who cares? No one's going to use it.
A 2 attack.
The A2 attack.
We don't know what the
Is that specifically for that 1 attack?
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
Oh, for
Yeah.
each attack of that area 2 attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
No one
That's
uses
crazy
it. I don't
good.
think we've ever
So,
seen anyone use the Thor
I
one.
think that's why they got rid of drop off. Is because of that attack. We don't know what it does necessarily, but think about it. Long
Drop
move,
him in the middle of everything?
yeah,
Yeah, that would be devastating.
yeah, and then you could literally just re-heal him.
And it's
Yeah.
area
Back up.
2 mystic attack that's strength 7 that heals him. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because unless somebody is really good against Mystic defenses, they're terrible against Mystic.
Mhm.
Like it's either you have 5 or 6 Mystic defense, or you have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So
could-
that must be the thing that
This whole time we've been assuming it's because he's going to have some other kind of teleport power. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and that we haven't seen yet either. So that's power at least number 4 or 5 is he's
Power
going to have
slide?
some type of body
There's got to
slide.
be some kind of body slide. I can't
I have
believe they
a
didn't
feeling
mention
it's
it.
going to be a tactics card.
Could be.
I think they're going to try to balance it a little more by making you only be able to do it once
Yeah.
in a game. Did he do it a lot?
Yeah, he did all the time.
Oh,
And when him and
Pretty
Deadpool
constantly.
mixed their DNA, whenever Cable teleported everywhere, regardless of where Deadpool was, he would also teleport there with him.
Love that run.
It was
Cable
so
and
good.
Deadpool is amazing. If you haven't read it yet, do it. Do it.
Listen, I'm working my way through Howard the Duck right now, so it's like
Just makes me mad.
that's fair.
Like, there's so many things you could be spending your time on. Just,
How dare you? That last Howard the Duck run is.
I've heard there's parts of it.
Yeah, it's a comic that they wrote.
Yeah,
I like Howard the Duck. What the fuck do you want from me? You know what I mean?
they colored it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's effort there.
That's where we got Gwenpool from. So you're welcome.
Mhm.
Let's talk about. Do we think Cable's going to be an auto take?
No,
I think he's going to be
anyone
real
5
good,
thread
real
or above
solid.
is never an auto take. They're
For
a
you.
commitment.
True.
In your rosters?
Mhm.
In a roster, no.
Oh, I'm talking rosters. Yeah, you guys don't play rosters, but rosters.
Fair.
Yeah. Like you have 10, because think about it. He's going to be an X-Men.
Mhm.
He's going to be an X-Force.
Yep.
We don't even know after that. Like, are there other teams that he could potentially, Guardians of the Galaxy, he might get
No.
added to?
Why? No.
Yeah, he was part of Guardians of the Galaxy.
They even make Iron Man our Guardian of the Galaxy, and he led them for a
Listen,
while.
2018, I don't know, man. He was in
They didn't
part-
make Venom a Guardian of the Galaxy, and he was hanging out with them for a
Yeah,
while.
that was Agent Venom, though. That was a different
It's
Venom.
totally different
Oh.
Venom, dude. Come on.
Listen, it's
Duh.
the same Venom. It's a different
No.
guy inside him.
No.
That
Totally.
was still Eddie Brock, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Was Agent Venom?
No.
Was
No.
that somebody else?
Slash Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
After
Yeah,
he got
totally
his-
different guy.
After he got his legs blown off in the war.
Yeah, exactly. The point
He looks
being
cool. I
that
never read
Cable
it.
was once part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I'm saying.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember
2018
that at
run
all.
of Guardians of the Galaxy. Or 2019 run of Guardians of the Galaxy. They go back and they find Peter Quill's dad.
And it's Cable?
No,
You're going to say that.
Cable's involved in it.
Oh.
Oh,
Cable also tries to kill baby Thanos, which I also really appreciate.
that sounds like something Cable would do.
It was super-
I like
It
that.
was super dope. And then
I hope we get Shadow Cat.
Cosmic Deadpool was just like, or Cosmic Ghost Rider was like, technically can't let you do this. And then becomes the dad to baby Thanos. Highly recommend going and reading the Cosmic Ghost Rider comic.
That sounds really good.
It was
now.
really good.
I don't think we get Shadowcat.
I want to get Kitty Pryde at some point, and then she can be X-Men and Guardians. That'd be cool.
I think like
Why would she be in Guardians? Why are all these people
she was with Peter Quill for a while. She was on the Guardians for a while.
the Guardians
Has everyone just been a Guardian at this
Guardians of the
A
Galaxy
lot of people have, yeah.
are the space version of Fantastic Four. At some point, everybody was part of that team for some damn reason.
Even Iceman's been a Fantastic Four,
Exactly.
remember?
Yeah, shout
Has
out
Yeah.
to Bagman though.
It was a great gimmick for a while where they had this big party for anyone that's ever been a member of the Fantastic Four, and Iceman was there, and Johnny Storm like lost it. And he's like, "You were never one of us. What are you doing here?" He's like, "Yes, I was. What are you talking about?" He's like, "I remember it. You don't remember that?" He's like, "No." And then finally later, like 20 issues later, it was a few months ago, the comic came out. And they like had Iceman over for dinner to like explain the story to Johnny because he just would not accept it. And
Was it when
like,
he was like dead in space? And
that was supposed to be really, really early on. So like the art looked very 60s. And it was like he quit for like a day, Johnny did. And Iceman was just like in the city because the X-Men were in the city all the time. And
Yeah.
he like helped them fight a mole monster or something. And they're like, "Well, I guess you're a member now." And he was like, "Cool. All right, I want to go back to the X-Men now," basically. And it was like, because he was with them that time, he was a official
Gotcha.
member. So he can like get into the Baxter building through their security.
There's only ever 4 of them, but at some point everybody
I
was
don't-
part of the Fantastic Four.
So like that's cool that he helped them that one time, but why would that allow him to get into the Baxter building?
Because he was officially
Like
a
Reed
member.
Richards drops his wallet once and some guy handed it to him. He's like, oh, thank you for helping us on our adventure. You can get into the Baxter building now.
Yep.
Fucking sweet, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so great.
Just comes in here and eats our snacks.
So that's definitely something Iceman would do.
We got to
too.
just keep buying all this
He'd dirtbag all their bananas. as
smart
Taylor says it.
food white cheddar popcorn in little baggies.
I can't get out of it.
Just gets everywhere.
As a child, that has been ruined for me.
Yeah.
Forever. Mix that with milk.
So Cable has an awesome ability. One of his
affiliation.
superpowers that I
Oh.
think I'm assuming that you love, his Omega level threat ability, where
Is this
he
his
can
Magneto throw?
he can spend between 1 and 4 power, and that determines the size of something he can throw.
Yes, I like it a lot. It's only terrain though, which is kind of a letdown.
Did it say only terrain?
Yeah.
It says it allows Cable to throw terrain with a size equal to the amount of power spent. So again, it's not his rule card, so it might say terrain or characters. I think they would have specified that here, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, only throwing terrain certainly is a detriment, but it's still really good.
Do we assume that he will have a defensive ability similar to Ebony Maw and Magneto, where he has like a high mystic that he can spend to use in place of his other things? Or do we think he's like 4s across the board or like a 4-3-4 or something?
I think
like
he's
that?
going to be 4-3-4,
Yeah.
and then he can boost it with the telekinetic shield.
I don't like, so
I think it's
I,
going to be 4-2-5.
I'm pretty much fine with the creep on everything except for defenses. I think
Sure.
that's where we're really going to see.
I
But it
think.
really-
I think. Well, he's got the shield,
Shield.
right?
Yeah.
So the shield says when used, this power allows Cable to add 2 dice to his defense roll, or he can help out a teammate by adding the bonus dice to their defense.
I could see him being 3s across the board if he's got that. Then,
Yeah.
And if it's like a 2 power, sure. I think
since
it's going to
he's
be.
got
I don't think it's going to be 1 power to do that shield. That'd be stupid broken.
Right.
But if it's,
I mean,
2,
Thanos is 3s across the board. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Exactly. I think
Because
if you have high stamina,
Mhm.
with the shield that he can also put on other people, I don't think it's that crazy.
So I can see him being a really, really good 4 or a solid 5 threat.
I think there's no way in hell he'll be under a 5.
I think he's going to be.
Think he's
I still think he's
Yeah.
gonna, they just gave us a taste. We haven't seen the card yet.
Yeah.
I think that there's stuff in there. Like they just told us kind of what it does. I think once we see the card, I think he's a contender for 6.
Well, and here's the thing. He might have really lackluster attacks. He just might be mostly superpowers.
Right.
He might be just the gun and like the Ashashanti like super punch or something, and they're really basic, and then he's all superpowers. As a
makes lot of
5.
sense.
I think a lot of the time people undervalue superpowers when they have a cost to them.
Mhm.
And I think he's going to be the first one to kind of break that theory. That I think he's going to be maybe even to the point of overvalued.
Oh, I bet he has hit and run.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
What if he?
I don't see him having that when Cyclops does. He's definitely not as quick and agile as Cyclops.
Right, but
He's a big
Cyclops is his
bruiser.
dad.
What if? That's fair.
It's hereditary.
Fair point.
I mean, look at the lineage of the people that have it. Everyone that has it is part of the same lineage. Bullseye is Cyclops' dad.
What?
Green Goblin is Bullseye's dad. It's all there.
Well, no. Bullseye has parting shot. He doesn't have hit and run.
It doesn't need attack and then move.
Yeah,
Which is I always wanted to be for Cyclops, but it's not. Hit and run is you hit and then you run. You attack and then you move.
Right.
Yeah, that's what Bullseye has.
Wait, that's what I just said a second ago.
He also has parting shot, which is different. That's when he takes an attack
and then throws it.
He can deal 1 damage back and move away small.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought
It's a reactive.
I thought one of them had a different. Somebody has a reverse where they get to make a move and then that's charge. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yep, hit and run is a reverse of charge.
Yeah.
Every time I use hit and run, I want it to be like charge and move and then shoot, but it's not. But yeah,
I like it better that way.
I think he's going to be a solid 5. I think he's going to have 7-7 for stamina, 4-3-4 defenses.
I could see him having 8-6.
I want to see more changes on injured sides of cards.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love that Green Goblin is very different from one side to the other. We don't get that a lot.
Yeah, I never get to experience that because anybody I ever play just ignores Green Goblin the majority of the time, and I can't put any power on him to do anything. And then all of a sudden he just gets capped when he's flipped. and I don't get to like.
That's been my experience with Ghost Rider. I've never been able to get more than like 2 power on him. So I'm like, all of these abilities seem cool.
Yeah,
It'd be cool if I could do them.
But he only gets 1 power a turn. He should get more than 1 power a turn, personally.
Yeah.
I feel.
Meanwhile, I literally have so much power on Venom, I can't spend it fast enough. So, which makes absolutely no sense. And then I get a black dwarf yeeted into my Doc Ock and dies with 8 power on him for no reason. Last question of the night, guys. I came up with this. And viewers listening, you tell us what you think about this in the comments below. We've been seeing a lot of power movement based powers and tactics cards within what I'm calling the year 2 phase. This seems to be a really sure, we had advanced tactical advance and a couple other things that were before this official year 2 launch.
Extreme conditioning.
Extreme conditioning, I think was that?
Didn't that come before? With Taskmaster?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so that was just before.
Came with someone incredible. Crimdamol Syndicate.
Yeah.
I think it was Taskmaster.
Yeah. Had a quick signature there.
But we're seeing almost every affiliation drop has some character with movement shenanigans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
I think they put a very good tax on movement abilities to make them one-time uses.
Sure.
And that is
or our higher power cost.
Yes.
Because we see Lockjaw, for instance. Lockjaw has to spend power. It's not a one-time use only.
Correct.
Rainbow Road, social delivery, things of that nature.
Drop off.
That wasn't year 2, silly.
R.I.P.
Do we think this is how they have planned to help the core box and the earlier characters, and also kind of a way to prevent the new character power creeps by helping the old characters? Or does this still hurt the older characters since we don't have things like drop off anymore? So we don't have even more movement shenanigans. And also new shiny toy syndrome, right? We want to bring the new stuff. Who's picked up Crossbones in the last 6 months? You know what I mean?
I have.
To move him out of the way to pick other characters?
Yes.
Okay. Who's played Crossbones in the last 6 months?
I don't think I've played Crossbones since a teaching game when I had the core set.
Exactly.
And Hulk. And that was it.
On stream, no, but out of stream, yes.
Okay.
In a teaching game?
Yeah.
Because you use the core set models?
Yes.
Exactly.
I really like Crossbones a lot. I want to use him more. I'm just always so limited in putting together stupid random stuff that he
that's true.
Fit.
You don't follow. You're not a meta guy. You will put unaffiliated lists together constantly.
Oh, all the time.
If somebody said something about that on the Facebook post today, there's someone was saying there needs to be more battle reports. So I'm shouting out, "Oh yeah, the power phase, of course." They're like, "Yeah, I watch you guys every week. I love how Tim takes completely random lists."
Well, when you're doing lists these are characters that I want to bang.
I think that's where the real meta is.
Characters you want to bang?
I'm not going to spend the time, nor do I have the talent or the patience to actually run meta lists or be able to play them correctly. So I might as well throw a bunch of random shit at you that you do not know how to get around.
I mean,
pretty effective.
Yes.
The most counter meta thing to do is to just throw random things that people aren't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all psychological at that point.
There's always a clear plan of what I want to do with those characters. But yeah, there's not normally an affiliation because I'm constrained.
Has it been often you haven't taken an affiliation? Oh, last week you didn't.
It's
pretty much anytime
becoming pretty regular.
Against Taylor, you didn't either, right? Because you guys had a very specific theme for that.
Yep.
Anytime he runs Thanos, he always runs unaffiliated, except for one time.
Well, yeah.
Well, Black Order is
expensive.
Why are Nebula and Gamora not Black Order? I don't understand.
Yeah. I hope they
because in the comics they really don't work with Thanos like they did.
Well, in the Black Order specifically referred to
that core group of people plus a few other random ones.
Yeah. I get it's a very small niche thing in the comics anyway, but there's 2 or 3 other characters from the Black Order that they could have in there to round that up a little bit.
They're releasing things at literally warp speed. By year 3, they're going to start running out of characters that they can release, and they're going to have to start scraping the bottom of the barrel, and we're going to probably get more Black Order characters.
We'll finally get Iceman.
You melted to the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I don't see them running out of steam anytime soon. I mean, they could literally do 100 X-Men and everyone would be a bomb drop. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
That's very true. I would like to see more affiliations, less characters added, or characters that come with affiliation that also can be added into other, like that would add.
I do think in year 2 and may be a theme for the rest of year 2, I think we will be regularly seeing new leaders and affiliation abilities for existing affiliations.
Which I don't mind at all.
No, I
love that
don't
idea.
either.
I love that they started with X-Men and Brotherhood with the multiple leaders, X-Force getting that too.
I can guarantee that we will see a new Spider Friends affiliation ability with the new Spider-Man model.
Almost
I can
certainly.
almost guarantee we will see a new Avengers affiliation ability with Falcon.
Yep.
Oh, I'd love that. We know that Sin is going to have a new Cabal leadership ability, which they need desperately.
X-Force is getting 2.
Yep.
I would like to see them. I would also like to see them drop new cards for the older models that are tweaked versions. So like I would like to see Iron Man Mark II or Iron Man Mark III. Make him a threat point higher, but give him an affiliation ability with Avengers. Or you know what I mean? Or something
Mr.
like
Fix-It for the Hulk.
God, I hate you so much.
What? You don't like Mr. Fix-It?
No, it's dumb. It's stupid and dumb.
I mean, Charlie's right.
I just like Gray Hulk a lot.
I know you do.
Yeah.
We noticed.
Since, I painted mine gray.
Yeah.
I want a Red Hulk model.
A Rulk.
A Rulk. So I can paint him green because my regular Hulk's red.
It's very I'd kind of like a new Hulk model. I'm not terribly fond of the posing on it.
Yeah, and
It's not bad, but
It's just it looks dated in comparison to how great the models look now.
yeah.
my God, Cable's amazing.
Like
What are your top 5 wanted
Attack of the
models
Rock.
right now?
released or not released?
Unreleased.
Oh,
Top 5. Well, my top is Iceman, obviously. After that, I got to think for a second.
like characters we want.
Well, don't answer until you have the 5 then, Dan.
Well, I'm thinking. I got 3.
I mean, realistically, Fantastic Four. There's 4 of them.
You really like the Fantastic Four?
I would love to
yes,
see
I
Fantastic
love
Four.
Fantastic Four.
Really?
I'm
like
a
Fantastic
boring. I'm a
Well,
boring.
you make sense.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm a boring, dumb comic book fan. I like the Thing. You know why I like them? Because they all got a catchphrase. They all got a fun power. They all got matching suits. I've never read a Fantastic Four comic in my entire life, but I loved the movie.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah, like give me, like it's peach clobber in time or whatever he used to yell. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna throw biscuits at you or whatever he used to scream. I don't know.
Very realistically, I always thought the Avengers were boring as shit until the MCU came out.
Yeah,
and it changed my opinion of it. If Marvel can do the same thing for the Fantastic Four, I would be overjoyed. But I don't like any of the characters. They all bored the hell out of me.
I love the Thing.
I also hate big tough guys whose power is they're hard to hurt.
Yeah.
But I love the Thing.
How dare you? He punched Galactus in the face and he'll tell you about it. Okay. How dare you?
Right.
the Thing
In a
because
world
he's
where we can do
tortured.
anything,
Yeah.
he punched a guy. All right.
And if I'm going to pick my 5th one, legitimately Galactus. And here's what I want. I don't want a card for him to be able to be played in game. I want, and I know it's going to sound crazy, give me a really expensive kit. Give me we come from Games Workshop. We're used to spending $200 on a kit. That's not insane to us. Give me like $150 kit. Make him a giant model that comes with let's say it's a Galactus. Let's say it stands at the size of like whatever a Titan or a Knight stands at.
Okay.
So he's on a specific special base. He comes with 4 pieces of terrain that are non-interactive but have special abilities. Like instead of tokens, they're actual terrain pieces. And those are like the things that come down into the earth that he helps drain his power from. And it's an Ultimate Encounters only kit. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but we would finally get a really dope over-the-top Galactus model, and we would have a really cool Ultimate Encounters. I like the idea of them putting more time into Ultimate Encounters stuff. And I would like model-specific stuff. Some of my favorite games have been the Ultimate Encounters stuff.
They're so good.
Yeah, when
haven't had one
it
since
totally
Thanos.
switches up the game and you don't have to play something that feel like you have to be competitive. And more importantly, how bored are we with these missions? Like you guys, you guys play weekly at this point, and what happens in the chats? Oh, what do you want to play? I don't know. We already played this one. Oh, we already played that one. Oh, we already played that one. Oh, we already played that one.
Unfortunately, a lot of them are pretty similar too. So
Well, and that's the thing.
oh, didn't we just do that one? No, that was the other one where it's a 2-point senator that you don't know where they are.
Senator or scroll. It's just one is blue and one's red.
Yes.
Right. So give me an Ultimate Encounters of that level. Give me an entire kit. Give me an entire Galactus kit. That model is only for this. That way, diehard people who want to play an Ultimate Encounters, like the narrative fun people, the silent majority of people who play, right? Because it always seems like only competitive, especially when you come from the Warhammer universe and fandom, we only ever hear the most noise from the smallest group, which is the competitive people who are saying, this needs to be balanced, this and that, everything else. And then there's people like us who want Fantastic Four. You know what I mean?
Don't lump me into that group.
That was, you spun that at the end.
But in all seriousness, that's what I want. Give me give me a kit that is specific. They did great with Thanos, right? Yeah. Thanos came with an Ultimate Encounters.
I love that box.
That also has a way to play him in game. I don't want Galactus in a game.
It just doesn't make sense. Even at his smallest, he's 15 feet tall.
Right.
And can wreck anybody.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I do not want that. But
I want two versions of this amazing kit that you're talking about. I want the GW version, and then I want the version that I'm kind of willing to pay for. It's $45, but it's just his feet.
Okay.
You can move them around, and you just have to,
But each one of them around a base, and they just slide around.
No, they're connected. But you move around his feet and his legs because that's all you can see. It's just his feet, and then it's a bunch of clouds. You know what I mean? Because you just can't see because it's too tall.
Just tactical clouds.
Tactical clouds.
I can see that. That's what I want.
All right. So to answer your question, I got my 5.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Can I guess them?
Sure.
Iceman. Kitty Pryde.
No. I'd like that, but not top 5.
Okay. Well,
Archangel.
Colossus. Yep.
Mr. Fix-It.
Not Archangel.
I already got that in vision.
Squirrel Girl. I don't know. I just assumed it was going to be.
But yeah, Iceman, Colossus, Nightcrawler. Those are my 3 favorite X-Men. And then I really want Scorpion and Kraven.
Okay. Those were not ones I ever would have guessed.
I was trying to think, what else do I want in this game? Spider Foes need more stuff.
They do.
They only have 6 and only 4 of them are out.
Yeah.
But I've always loved Scorpion. I think Kraven might be my favorite Spider-Man villain because of the original story.
If we get essentially maybe make him a 5, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to balance him with Killmonger, but if we essentially get a Killmonger with a long move, which I think is what or maybe just a power that allows him to advance a small or something like that.
Something like She-Hulk's.
Yeah.
He gets hit, he goes forward.
Or just give him stealth.
It's actually Crossbones ability. Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see more Spider villain characters. I mean, there's so many.
I love Spider-Man's villains.
There's the big
best.
The old Shocker.
The Shocker needs to be there.
I mean,
you just be Shuri with a padded suit.
Yeah, Stillman needs to be there. Vulture.
Are those your top 5?
Daredevil. Actually, Vulture would be dope because he would probably have a sap ability.
Yeah.
A sap ability where he, if he gets energy, he also takes damage off of himself.
Yes, please. That sounds awesome.
That'd be kind of dope. But he needs 2 wilds to.
Is he going to look like creepy old man Vulture or Michael Keaton Vulture?
You probably come with 18 different heads.
No, only Deadpool gets that. No one else gets options.
So that's a great question, though. I would assume that they would do Michael Keaton Vulture, but they might do old man Vulture.
It does look really cool.
He does look cool.
Well, they've been doing older costumes though for Spider Foes and for X-Men, so I could see them doing.
I wouldn't say that. So Green Goblin is kind of the example there, right? Because he has had a movie thing and he didn't look like the Power Ranger one. He looked like the one that didn't look stupid.
Thank goodness.
But also wasn't a Marvel movie, so I could see them using the Marvel Universe one. Because there hasn't been a Marvel analog for.
They pull more from the comics than they do the movies at this point.
Overall, yeah, for the character design.
There's 60 characters and there's 8 in the MCU.
Well, yeah, I know, but even modernized in general,
fair.
They, Venom was more classic than he could have been. You know what I mean? Doc Ock, same thing. They could have gone Marvel. Doc Ock with the trench coat. They didn't.
Well, that wasn't a Marvel. It was a Sony movie. That's what I'm saying. So they wouldn't have pulled from the Sony movies anyway.
You never know.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, if they're allowed to get references for it, doesn't say that anywhere on there that's owned by like they get the license from Disney, absolutely, but they could pull it from realistically anywhere.
No, I don't disagree that they could. I don't see why they would want to. I think they would go classic versions or MCU exclusively.
Right. Unless they just pull a wild card for some reason.
Yeah, fair. But outside that, yeah.
Who are your 5, Tim?
I don't know. I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, Phantom X? And then it just go blank.
Oh, Phantom X.
Phantom X would be.
Love Phantom.
I would also like Blackheart. Like, give me.
Oh my God. I was trying to think of Blackheart's name the other week for something and just couldn't. We kept calling him Nightbane or whatever.
Is that the one from Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes.
Yeah.
That just looks like a tentacle monster?
No, that's Shumagorath.
Or not but he's like black, but he has like tentacles on his head.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Well, and Blackheart is
He looks cool. Ghost Rider villain?
Yeah, thank you. My brain was skipping there. I'd like to see, more importantly, I'd just like to see more Mystic characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like give me Brother Voodoo.
I was gonna say Brother Voodoo.
Well, we know he's on a tactics card, so we can pretty safely assume he's coming.
No, that's dumb. I hate when people say that.
It shows that they have the like okayed to the license for
Is
him.
Brother Voodoo that popular that
he's
an Avenger.
If you like Doctor Strange, you're like if you're an actual like Doctor Strange fan, you're pretty familiar with Brother Voodoo.
I'm not a Doctor Strange guy.
Neither am I.
I have never painted I still haven't painted the model because I just don't. I think he's cool. He's very much like the Fantastic Four. Everything about him seems super dope. I love that it's magic and mystics. I'm not picking up a Doctor Strange comic. I couldn't give two shits about him.
Yeah, there's a lot I like about Doctor Strange, but there's not much I've read. Like his movie's awesome.
He's like the Hulk. I don't want to see just a Doctor Strange story, but I like him involved in things.
Yeah.
Fair.
I did like the movie, and that was my first exposure to where I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Neato gang.
Oh, Wiccan and Speed.
Oh, yeah. We kind of assumed that.
Yeah.
Those two. I almost said that just to say it before you did.
Gotcha.
Not that you couldn't also say it, but.
Yeah. What if, do you think when Scarlet and.
Oh, Scarlet Witch. Yeah. I mean, she's announced.
But when Scarlet Witch Quicksilver drop, there's going to be an affiliation card for Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Oh, that they both go on? I mean, they're both Avengers.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think there will be a specific tactics card like Heroes for Hire?
Oh, a tactics card. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Probably, right?
I hope there would be.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get Young Avengers as a affiliation. That would be sweet.
Super rad. I mean, we're 10 years from that, but I mean,
if we get Young Avengers before we get Iceman, how mad are you going to be?
I would be happy for Tim, but I would definitely be upset that I still don't have Iceman.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. What if we realistically we get Howard the Duck before we get Iceman?
I can kind of see that happening.
Yeah.
He's been in a movie.
I'm telling you, I so badly want Dum Dum Dugan and Howard the Duck.
I would 100% buy that box.
Shout out to Marvel Zombies 3, man. It was a good story.
Do you think we get a Zombies Ultimate Encounter at some point?
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't want like
I am
boxes
legitimately
of
surprised more
zombified guys.
people haven't tried to do that yet. Like, to have their models stand out doing zombie versions of all their models. I think, like, I'm really surprised nobody's, except for Ben, has thought about it.
Also, we said it last time, or talked about him a little last time. I'm super excited for Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, he looks so good. Like, the model itself just looks amazing.
I really am excited about it. I really hope that tank is an option.
Yeah.
The vat that he's coming out of.
I want it to be too, but I don't think it's going to be.
Oh, and he's going to have an ultimate encounter with him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think the ultimate encounter thing is supposed to drop when he drops.
I think they showed his box and he's a single box, but
the mutant, whatever it is.
That's supposed to come out in January.
Yeah.
So what would he be on? Do you think they just throw him in a Brotherhood and that's it?
I think we're going to get a new affiliation.
Yeah.
I think they'll...
The Mutates?
Yeah.
He had the Nasty Boys.
Ooh.
Mutates was Magneto's thing in the Savage Lands.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think he'll be part of the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You think we'll get a third Brotherhood leader?
Anybody who's evil is in Cabal, so he'll probably get added to Cabal.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a third Brotherhood affiliation. I would rather see an entire different affiliation.
Right.
I would love to see him as a leader to his own. I just don't see that happening now.
I don't know.
Because we don't know anything else coming after that, but
Right. We don't know what's later in Q4.
Do you think that they add affiliations at some point that only require having a leader?
Ooh.
That get an exemption from the normal affiliation rules, because they're not going to add Sauron and Vertigo and a bunch of other things to hang around with Mr.
Sauron.
Sinister. Sauron would be cool, actually.
oh, he's so cool.
That's the pterodactyl guy?
Yeah. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
I could see a situation like that. Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like it. I feel like the whole point of affiliations is like it kind of ties you to playing certain characters. You know what I mean? Like, but I like the idea of the freedom.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays like an unaffiliated, like situation where it is an affiliation. It's just dumb.
I wish
do anything.
I wish there was a blanket unaffiliated bonus rule.
Yes, it's called Avengers. Yes, it's called Avengers and Cabal.
Because there's so many choices. But just like, so you don't have to have one of those leaders in your list every time.
Right.
And just something minor.
Maybe he's the first one. Maybe okay, go with me on this. His affiliation ability, which he has no affiliations to, is he allows you to play affiliation specific tactics cards with characters. Like he breaks the rule.
Bioengineering or something.
Yeah, like something like that, where he allows you to you can use if you have Thor, you can use like Odin's blessing.
Yeah.
Or whatever, something that's specific to Asgard.
That's a kind of cool idea.
Like maybe that's his ability.
So Mr. Sinister's affiliation is just going to be Bar Sinister, and the only character on his affiliation is going to be Mr. Sinister, and then it's just going to be, you can field a bunch of different Mr. Sinisters.
They're all clones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes. They are the same threat. Like they are the same threat and everything as Thor, and everyone who you want to use, they're Sinister clones. It's fine. Oh my God, Bar Sinister is so awesome.
This is the best.
It'll finally be the thing where you can build a roster of just Wolverines. It's fine. They were on Bar Sinister and they were in the moat. You had to get past the 300 Wolverines to get into the castle.
It's so great. Mr. Sinister of the last 10 years.
Oh, absolute riot.
So fantastic compared to like 90s Miss Sinister, where he was just kind of the hand-wringing villain.
Yeah.
I did like him on the cartoon, though. He was so creepy.
So in the last like 15 years of the comics, Sinister's whole deal this whole time has been like, I'm bioengineering other mutants and making clones and stuff. And they've just kind of like left him alone for a while. So he just built this castle in the center of the earth, filled it with clones of himself, constantly backstabbing each other, trying to be the real King Sinister. And then he got bored of that.
Murder each other. It's amazing.
So he protected this castle with like 18,000 clones of like 4 mutants. So instead of like anti-air missiles, it was literally just like 200 clones of Cannonball firing themselves off and blowing up.
It's so good.
When they would get to the moat, instead of dumping like hot oil and stuff, it was literally just a bunch of naked gambits charging themselves up and suicide bombing off.
Oh my God.
He had a moat filled with saber-tooths and Wolverines literally behind this big cage that were just going, Bub. All right, Bub, Bub, Bub. Like, and he would just like release the hounds and it was a bunch of feral naked saber-tooths and Wolverines. It was incredible.
So amazing.
Okay.
I want that affiliation, Bar Sinister.
Yeah, and anytime they go back, it's like, there's a Mr. Sinister and he's like a paper boy and he's outside, but he gets stabbed in the neck by this other Mr. Sinister that was like against the paper boy Mr. Sinister guild. And it's incredible.
Yikes. Well, folks, there you have it. We've talked about some stuff. We hope you enjoyed this. If you have any topics that you'd like to hear us ramble on about, let us know in the comments below. Of course, check out the Professional Casual over at professionalcasual.com if you are into RPGs, tournaments, podcasts, dudes sitting around talking about stuff, girls, whatever you want, it's over there.
We will do it. Just tell us.
And also, if you want to support this show and our channel, of course, head over to patreon.com/professionalcasual, where you, for as little as $1, get access to our Discord, which is the poppinest Discord of all the poppin' Discords.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. Really group of people over there hanging out, talking.
Bunch of nerds.
And we would like to have more MCP talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right now we don't really have any. With that being said, true believers, we have been the Professional Casual Network presents. Wait, did I roll a wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Till next time that we get news.